Assalamu alaikum. In Pakistan, if we borrow books from a public library and are late in returning the books, we will be fined 15 rupees per day per each overdue book. Now this table shows the fine for an overdue book. In this first row, we see that we have number of days, that is X, 1, 2, 3 per 10 days we have been given the data. And in second row, we have fine, that is Y rupees. It means for one day it will be 15 and for two it will be 13. So that's how it goes on. Let me ask a few questions regarding this table. Number one, if the number of days a book is overdue increases, will the fine increase or decrease? Let's check it out. Now these are the number of days a book is overdue. So as it increases, the fine also increases. So yes, there is a connection between the number of days and the fine. So when the book overdue increases, the fine also increases. Alright, now let's check out second question. If the number of days a book is overdue is double, how will fine the change? Now it's easy. Look at this one. We have 1 day, so it's 15, and it's once double will be 2. So when it's 2, it's also 30. So yes, 15 has a double of 30, and similarly you can also see. Now this is 2. For 2 days it will be 30, and this 2's doubles will be 4. So 4's fines will be 60. Well, 60 is the double of 30. So yes, the number of days a book is overdue is double, the fine will also be double. Okay, we can clearly see. Now in this question, if the number of days a book is overdue is triple, what will happen to the fine? It's simple. Now as we checked for double, now for 1 day it will be 15. Now this triple is actually 3. So 3 for 3, it's almost 45. So 45 is the triple of 15. So as the number of days a book overdue is triple, the fine will also be tripled. Now in this question, if the number of days a book is overdue is half, how will the fine change? Now it's easy. For 4 days it will be 60, and 4's half is actually 2. So for 2 days it will be 30. Well, 30 is the half of this 60. When the number of days a book is overdue is half, the fine will also be half. And this last question, if the number of days a book is overdue is reduced to 1 by 3 of the original number, what will happen to the fine? Now we have 9 over here. When it is reduced to 1 of its 3, dividing this 9 by 3 will get us 3. For 9 days it is 135, and for 3 days it is 45. So yes, when the original number is actually reduced into 1 by 3, the fine will also be reduced to 1 by 3. And from this investigation we noticed that as the number of days X a book is overdue increases, the fine Y rupees increases proportionally. That is, if X is double, like over here, in this case and this case, then Y will be double. And if X is triple, like if it has a triple, or 2 has a triple of 6, so the fine will also be tripled. Similarly, the number of days X a book is overdue decreases, like this way. For 6 it is 90, and as we go along this way, so the number of days keeps on decreasing. Similarly, fine also decreases this way. So a book overdue decreases, the fine Y rupees decreases proportionally. And if X is half, that is X is half, then Y will be halved as well. If X is reduced to 1 by 3 of its original value, then Y fine will also reduce to 1 by 3 of its original value. So in short, when there is increase in one quantity, then this X, this is X, and this is Y. When there is increase in this X, this increase in X also causes increase in this Y quantity. Similarly, when there is decrease in this quantity of X, this decrease in X will cause decrease in Y. Similarly, we can also increase in Y will also cause increase in X, and decrease in Y will also cause decrease in X. This relation is known as direct proportion. We say that this Y rupees is directly proportional to number of days that is a book is overdue. And mathematically, we can write it as x is directly proportional to y. Okay, and this table now let me introduce a new term that is of rate. And rate be this quantity divided by this quantity, that is y by x. And in this column, when 15 is divided by 1, I will get 15. When this 30 is divided by 2, 30 divided by 2 is getting me 15. Similarly, this 45 divided by this quantity of 3 will give us 15. And when this 60 is divided by 4, at 60 divided by 4 will also get us 15, and so on. So we will get here 15, 15, 15, 15, 15 for this when this quantity is divided by this quantity. Now what can we observe about this rate of y by x? What does y by x represents? What does the constant 15 mean in this context? So remember, in direct proportion, the rate y by x is constant. In this case, y is, this is 30, so it is like this quantity, y by x is 15. Now let the number of days a book is overdue be x sub 1, like if we have here, it's like x sub 1 is equal to this 3. Then the corresponding fine, for this x3 we have the corresponding fine of 45. So y sub 1 will be 45. So you see, in same way, the number of days a book overdue be like 6, like x sub 2 be 6. Then the corresponding fine for this 6 or x sub 2 is actually fine will be 90. So y sub 2 will be 90. And from this, if you put it over here, so you will always get, as I have done this over here, so we will get for this rate will be also 15 when 45 divided by 3 will get us 15, and same 90 divided by 6 will also get us 15. So any number like y, this is also is equal to 15 when y sub 1 is divided by x sub 1, 15. And I can also write this y sub 2 divided by x sub 2. This is also is equal to 15. So in short, I can write this x y sub 1 divided by x sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 divided by x sub 2. So no matter, this shows that this rate, whether this one and this one, they are equal. So we see this is one of the equation, and we will remember this one, and we have to move on, and I have to do it another way. So you see it, we just conclude this one by dividing this quantity by this one. Moreover, let me write it this x sub 2 divided by x sub 1. It will get me 6 divided by 3, which is equal to 2. And when this y sub 2 divided by y sub 1, it is like 90 divided by this 45. It is also equal to 2. So these 2 is equal to this 2. So it means this rate is also equal. That is x sub 2 divided by x sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 divided by y sub 1. Let's conclude this, that either we have this ratio or the rate which let me get some space. Thus, to conclude, we have if y is directly proportional to x, then we have y sub 1 divided by x sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 divided by x sub 2. So this is rate, or you can also write as x sub 2 divided by x sub 1 and y sub 2 divided by y sub 1. This can also be obtained by actually rearranging them, so they are actually interconvertible. Okay, so this, remember that this side is actually, this is ratio. Okay, this is ratio and this is rate. So tell me what's the difference between rate and ratio in the comment. And well, I will always, my next video will be about this rate, the difference between rate and ratio.